Hi, Izet from Zetsterslaer. We're visiting friends on the farm called Buckland's Guest Farm. And I'm actually also busy. We came to help our friends. They have a double wedding 2 weeks from now. I mean, two sisters are getting married simultaneously. Isn't it awesome? And so hubby is here to help Hannes with the electricity, and I'm helping. Today I need to help them paint these things. It's these round lids that you get on, I don't know what you call it, but this is the lid. And buckets, large buckets. This is the lids for large bucket kind of things. And you know what Hannes said is that paint some checkers. We're going to play checkers on this while they're waiting for the groom and the bride and the photos. The people are going to play checkers. So I'm busy doing the thing for the checkers, and I'm busy crocheting, knitting actually. I found this knitting pattern, not really a pattern, and I thought I'm going to knit for a while, for a change, not crochet. But now I made so many mistakes. You can see all these holes because it's thin yarn with thick needles, and you can make a mistake very easily. And I watch TV and the scenery and everything, and then I make my mistakes. So I will have to crochet lots of little flowers to cover this up. Yes, I can. I'm not going to pull everything out. I'm just going to crochet little cream flowers and put them. This is the sleeves, and I'm just going to put it on. It's still going to be very plain. It's actually very difficult for me to do these 3-color things. So I'm going to jazz it up. But this is not what I actually want to talk about. Yesterday I was sitting there in front. You can see my scenery. I'll quickly show you. That is what I can see from this stoop. So while I'm painting and crocheting and whatever on my spot, I see that. And I can hear the sheep and the people working, and hubby comes for coffee, and it's just so precious to visit our friends. But as I was sitting there on the piece of grass next to the sheep, I was waiting for the sun to set. And the next minute, I just got this phrase, "What are you waiting for?" And I got this message. You know, what are we waiting for? We always say, I'm waiting for a better life. I'm waiting for life to get better. And you know what? It just came to me. When life happens now, the abundant, everlasting, all-consuming, the same life that was in Jesus and that's now flowing through us, and the flowers and the animals and all people. What life is, what upkeeps this whole upkeep this whole life, earthly manifestation, whatever you call it. But the life is not what we see there. We all wait for a better life, meaning better circumstances. When will we stop believing that circumstances, better circumstances, will bring us deep-rooted happiness, peace, and joy? The only way that we can ever find the abundant life now is when we start to realize the life is in us. The same life that Jesus was trying to explain to us. He said, listen, I need to go away so that you can find that life in you. The same life that was in me. Our spiritual Father, our source, the life that is in you. So life can never get better. The life, the only true life that we have and what we see and what we experience is in us. And that life is abundant. And it cannot get better. The only thing that we can ever do is to realize that we're looking for life in the wrong place. We're looking for the abundant life, for peace and joy and happiness and power and wisdom, whatever. We are looking for it outside of ourselves. And then we call that manifestation life, but that's wrong. Life is what is flowing mightily, the river of life, the spiritual life, our life. The thing that upholds this manifestation, that is life. But we miss that because instead of focusing on the true life that's already in us, that is there to guide us, show us the way, provide for us the peace and the joy and the power, whatever we may need this day, this moment, to experience in this realm the abundance. The only way to ever experience that is when we focus and we realize the life is in us. I mean, this is overwhelming. This is overwhelming to me. I mean, I don't know I can try to explain it. I'm explaining this to me as well. Life cannot get better. No matter how hard we try, how hard we pray, how hard we fast, whatever. Because life is perfect. The life in us, the real life, the only life, is already perfect and is already guiding us and showing us the way that we should go and manifest in this realm. But you see, we judge everything, situations, people, ourselves, the whole time, and then we judge it as either good and bad, and our minds decide how things should turn out. We want to save ourselves, the world. We get it to turn out as we believe it should. And that's religion. Religion is you believe in something outside of you that will help you to achieve and get the life that you believe you should get. And then you believe it for your children and everybody else. And you pray and you fast and you believe with everything in you that your God will help you get the life you want. But that's religion. Spiritual life is when you start to realize there's only one life, and that life is in you, and that life is guiding you now, minute by minute, the way that you need to go. Whether you enjoy it, like it, is all beside the point. Spiritual life, being spiritual, means you start to walk, flow, eat of the tree of life, the spirit, the life in you. And you realize your ideas, your mind, your beliefs, what you want, your wants, got to go, need to die. And then I always come back to the same thing that Paul said. He said, I myself no longer lives, But Christ, the Spirit, the life in us, is now living through me. He just realized that. That's why he stopped trying to achieve a life, build a life, try to get life, the outside manifestation, to turn out his way. He realized you got to stop with that. Because the life in you, the Christ life as we call it, abundant life, the life of your source, is manifesting through you and getting you in this flesh to do exactly what it wants to do. It's in control. It's leading you, guiding you, minute by minute. It's living its life through you. And your job is to make peace with that. To realize I'm out of control. It's not about me. It's about the life. The same life that is in me is also in my children and in my friends and in everybody out there that I do not agree with and that I judge as bad and whatever. Because the life knows the way. We don't see the bigger picture. We don't see the whole. We only see this little piece, and then we judge everything through that little hole that we see and want to change it and make it better or whatever we believe. But when you start to walk and flow and eat of the tree of life in you, it means you've surrendered your way, your ego, your whatever, and you realize life, this manifestation here, is never going to turn out as I want. And you just give up. Give up trying, give up trying to force things and people to turn out as you believe they should. It's exhausting. You stopped trying to be in control. And you just realize, I understand nothing. I have no idea what's going on. And I don't care. I don't have any expectations. I don't put expectations on myself and others the whole time. I don't put a burden on myself and others anymore. I just start to trust the abundant life that's already in me, that's already guiding me and showing me the way. Actually what's happening when you start to walk in the Spirit and flow in the Spirit, you stop fighting the life in you. That's what the whole Bible, all spiritual writings, everything is about war, the fight. And where is the fight? The fight against God and the devil. But that fight is against the abundant life in us. That is our true life, Christ life, call it that if you want, against the devil. And the devil is also in you. That fight is taking place in you. The devil life that's also in you is your mind and your ego fighting against this life. Fighting to stay in control, to be in control, to get this manifestation to turn out as you want it to. That's where the fight is. And when the fight stops, that means the war is over. I've lost Izet and the ego has lost. And the life in me, I've realized that it's ridiculous. This fight is ridiculous. I can never win it. Because the all-consuming life that is all and all in all, that's why you need to die before you can start to live. And it's not talking about physical death. Izet and her ideas and egos got to die before I can start to really live through this life, abundant life that is in me. Making peace with what's happening. making peace with how the life in me is guiding me and everybody else. That is heaven on earth. That's why where we are, that's eternal, experiencing eternal life now, because that life that never changes, that's already perfect, is eternal. It's always been in me. It's going to stay, live forever and ever. It's never going to die. That is the real life. Just this manifestation and the ego and whatever, that's going to die. But the life that is perfect, it's always going to be here. And that is why, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? What do we want to change? When life, our spiritual life, is already perfect in us, and already guiding us, providing us with whatever we might need to live absolutely victoriously. That means experiencing abundant peace and joy in this moment, because you know you have learned to be content in any situation. You have learned that this is exactly what's happening, is exactly what's supposed to happen. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm just going to start enjoying the abundance that's already in me. So I'm going to stop trying to get life to turn out my way. I'm going to stop judging everything the whole time. And then when I judge something as good, I want everyone to be like that. And when I judge something as bad, I want to change that. I'm going to die to that. That's my desire, because the more and more I experience and learn that life is perfect and life is in me and in Herman and in the sheep and in the baboons and in the flowers and the birds and the donkeys and the horses and the workers and my friends and my children. The abundant life is already in them. It's already guiding them, providing for them the way that the life wants them to go for the bigger picture. They're perfect because the life in them is perfect and showing them the way. And that is experiencing absolute peace and joy now. We are exhausted trying to get life to turn out as we believe it should turn out, and that makes us sidestep, totally ignore, call it that, the abundant life that's already in us, already guiding us. I'm sitting here on this stoop on my friend's farm because that is where the life has led me to, wants me to be now. I can sit here in agony because I don't want to be here, I want to be at home, or I want to be at my kids in Thailand, and I can miss the abundance that's mine to enjoy now. Yes, I long to be with my kids, but not to the extent that I am going to miss this. I will see them again when the life in me and in them and in the world, wherever, when the time is right. But I'm not seeing them now, so I'm not going to fear and be in agony over that now. I'm going to make peace with my journey, with where I am now. And I am going to turn inwards and allow the abundant life with all its glory to flow mightily through me to touch whoever and whatever it needs to touch. I mean, I walked in the field the other day and 2 donkeys came running to me. And it was just spirit to spirit, and it was just an amazing connection. We got to stop the war. Got to stop fighting. Lay down the sword. And just start to make peace with our journeys, with what's happening now. Life happens now. The abundant life is perfect. It's happening, it's flowing, it's in control, it's beautiful, even though we understand nothing. But the minute when we start to turn inwards and realize that now all my needs are met, and you start to look for that abundance, you'll be in heaven. I better stop talking. Thanks for joining me. Love you lots. My life is your life, and we're one life. We're all in all. Nothing to fear, nothing to fight, nothing to cry about. It's just everlasting life flowing through us now. So I'm going to make peace with my journey. I'm going to lay down the sword. I'm going to stop trying life to turn out my way. I'm just going to start enjoying the abundant life that is already in me right now. Is it from Zetster's Lab?